Good morning. Happy Friday and happy Valentine's Day. For those of you who celebrate or otherwise recognize it. So, for once, I don't already have the game open because it has a little intro that I haven't watched because I wanted to play it on stream. So let me go ahead and get that booting up. What? Huh. I didn't push anything? So I don't know if it... Weird.
Little Goody Two Shoes.
Well, I don't know if there's a way to start that back over again without closing back out of the whole game, which is too bad. I don't know why it didn't play through. Well, we do have an English or Japanese voice language option. I do not necessarily think I have a huge preference. As long as, like, the dialogue is also written out. New game. Little Goody Two Shoes, the secret lies in the woods. Once upon a time in the heart of a remote valley, an elderly woman ventured deep into the woods in search for mushrooms. When all of a sudden she heard a loud cry in the distance. I don't know why the little hold pause. My goodness! Icon is like up there. Cradled inside a rope basket was a cheerful baby girl. Oh my, what do I do? Worry not, my dear. I'll name you Elise. And so Holly and Elise spent their days together in the village of Kieferberg. Oh. As both grew closer, so did their love for one another. Look, Granny, look! Well done, Elise. Not all bliss lasts forever, and as time went by... I saw her. Did you see her? So did Holly's. I'll take care of you. I'll do whatever it takes, Granny. Don't cry, my love. You've always said you wanted it. I'm sure you'll cherish it. Granny. I love you, Elise. Thank you for granting my only wish. Oh. A little bit ominous. Mind what you say to keep folks from suspecting you. For goodness' sake, there goes my last match. Oh, I'm so tired of this place. Wash my sheets, Elise. Sweep my floors, Elise. Elise, Elise, Elise. Oh, I'd show them. I'd make them scrub my pots and pans, my shoes even. Have them wipe down all of my windows, every last one. Clean out my hearth and fetch me some water. Better yet, I'd have them running around calling me Miss Elise all day. Test, test? Oh, if only I were rich. All the steak I could ever want, all the shiny dresses. One for each day of the week, with shoes and jewels to match. Didn't see your messages through for a while, good lord. Toho Sailor Moon Fusion. I could see it, yeah. And maids, all the maids I could ever want. She would do numbers on Tumblr. Oh, if only. Well, one can dream. I named you Elise after my favorite Sonic 06 character. Elise! Oh, for goodness sake. Bernard, on your way home, lass. Ludwig, what are you doing wandering about in the dark, Elise? You ought to know it's dangerous out here. I'm not wandering about, Mr. Ludwig. I've been working late, if you'd so kindly believe. You know better than to put yourself in danger, Elise. If anyone's putting me in danger, it's you. I'd be home already had you not stopped me for an earful. Heinrich. Come now, Elise, we've got good reason to worry. All this vigilance, for what? What am I to be afraid of? The witch? Watch your words, Elise. Two Shoes and Big Goody? Littles have all the luck. We're not to question such matters. What do you say we walk you home? I believe I'll be just fine on my own, Mr. Heinrich. No more detours, Elise. It's for your own good. Lest I come across the witch, I know. Let us hope you don't come to regret your words, lass. Oh, I can't stand these folks. Normal items. Food items. A soft, supple loaf of bread from Lebkuchen's bakery. Key items. An old rusted lantern covered in grime. Its natural dark color now faded into rusted hues. An emerald brooch given to Elise by her grandmother on her deathbed. Oh, I like the little embroidered E as well. Candies and flowers and vegetables and fruits. No map yet. Find your way home. I'd best head on home before it gets too late, I suppose. Can I collect mushrooms? It's a really good little run. Okay, I thought... Oh. So not that way, but there's a castle under the moon. Very pretty. Through the woods? Nope. Can I go back? Nope. Little jump. Yeah, the visuals are so niceies. It like auto-skipped or something for some reason. So I'll have to see if I can figure out like why, or maybe just pull it up on YouTube on my own time, but there is a full like anime style intro. Pine tree this, pine tree that. Everything's about pine trees around here. Right to Kieferberg Viewpoint, left to Kieferberg Peak. Not that way. I'd best not wander too far. I got grapes. Item get. I thought that was big grapes, but it's foreground grapes. Really like that. That's really fun. Spend quality time with your sweetheart every day. Aww. Oh, for goodness sake. It's impossible to keep this lantern lit in this wind. Guess I'll be finding my way home in the dark, I suppose. Save often? Make sure you use up all your save slots to avoid too much backtracking. Ooh, a little thingy. God, the little birdie clock that blinks occasionally. Saturday evening, Elise's house. That isn't true, it's Friday. What a cute little, like, save point method as well. I suppose I ought to chop some more wood soon. Just when I'd gotten rid of all those pesky splinters and blisters. Covered in aged scars, the tree trunk sits bare, its dry surface exposed to the elements. Oops. Knew about this game, but hadn't really seen it. Absolutely feral about every single visual element. Yeah! Like, this is the same folks as Pocket Mirror, and that game is very, like, good looking as well. Especially Golden Neutron's, like, overhaul. But this is, like, so, like, just so pushed to the, like, the theme and inspiration. What in the Lord's name happened here? I have to find my matches. I have to find my tinderbox and light a fire. It's too dark to tell what happened here. Who in the Lord's name got into my house? It's no use going in the pantry, is it? There's nothing to eat in this house. I probably don't want to try to go out the back. Oh, thank goodness they didn't touch Granny's spinning wheel. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? What was that thing? Was I dreaming, or... What was I thinking leaving it here? Item get tinderbox. I have to light the fire now. Preserve your matches. Light your lantern using matches. Be careful not to waste them. Good grief. What if it was that witch the townsfolk have been going on about? No, keep it together, Elise. It was definitely a burglar. That said, I'm not going anywhere without my broom. Item kit. Maybe it was a burglar witch. Grapes. So grapes restore a little bit of health, not just food. Each glistening grape clings to its stem, coming together in a heavy, plump bunch. A rusty tin box meant for carrying matches. Worn out and brittle, the broom's ragged handle is riddled with crevices. Who in the Lord's name got into my house? I don't have the time to tidy this mess up. A big, shiny iron pot. Its inner surface is covered in scratches. I can turn my lantern back off if I need to. Okay. Oh wait, do I get party members? Or is this something else? Is a burglar witch a witch who specializes in burglary-themed magic? Or just a witch who also happens to be a burglar? It's been a long time since I've gone into Granny Holly's room. Not that there's anything to see there anyhow. This thing's still not working, is it? I have to have a word with Mr. Wilhelm sometime soon, I suppose. The clock's hands grate dutifully through the time, struggling to turn with each passing second. Oh! 10 endings, apparently. And I can review them here. In my bedroom. Whoever broke into my home must be out there somewhere. How am I to sleep like this? Shuddering in the wind, the glass panes tremble in their wooden frames. Specializes in burglar-themed magic, but burglar-themed magic is profoundly stating, unlock door before you smash the lock with a crowbar. I mean, hey, maybe you need a little bit of, like, magical reinforcement to make sure you get it in one shot without causing excess damage. I really ought to go through all this junk sometime, I suppose. A small wooden trunk filled with various knickknacks. She's always saying, I suppose, and things like that. Magical bag of holding that's a sack slung over her shoulder. What's this filthy thing on my wall? Whoever broke into my house is getting a proper earful, that's what. Meow. Oh, I have 8 matches left, okay. How long has it been since I last used this thing, I wonder? Stringing cobwebs and dust cling to the old Evans wooden doors as though sealing them. The loading screen run is kind of a strut. I gotta take a better look at it. I like that there's even a little bit of, well, not there for some reason. But there's a little bit of, like, physics on the plants if you brush up against them. This is looking a little bit like the right way. Oh, because this is just like a little farm. This isn't the time to be watering the garden, is it? Weathered by time, the well's wooden structure stands frayed and worn. Oh, ominous cliffside. What a view. I could go call for help, but... no, not a chance. I'll deal with this mess myself. Kieferberg's rooftops decorate the rolling hills far off in the distance. There you are, you... shameless thief. Give me back all you took. Right. Now. Wait, please. Oh. Please forgive me. Explain yourself, you wretch. What were you doing in my house? Wait, please don't hit me. I was just hiding. There were these men and I won't ask you a second time, thief. Give me back everything you took, right now. I didn't take anything. I was just scared. Please, I beg of you. Show me your hands. I didn't take anything, ma'am. Now show me your pockets, and make it quick. I keep telling you, I didn't steal anything, ma'am. This is all I have, I swear. Coins and weeds? What are you doing up here in the mountains? I'm a traveler, ma'am. Turn around. You say you're a traveler. Are you all by yourself? Yes, I'm traveling alone. I hoped I could rest for the night in this village, but I saw some people walking in the woods. It frightened me, so I ran to find some place to hide. Be that as it may, you're still... Oh, please forgive me, ma'am. I didn't mean to make such a mess. Would you stop calling me that? I'm sorry. For goodness' sake. Alright, well. I might let you go, if you can prove your innocence, that is. I don't know what else I can do, ma'am. Well, you can start by cleaning up this mess. And then you can... Ma'am? Yes, that's it. A maid. Listen carefully now. First, you'll be tidying up the mess you've made. In fact, you can clean my whole house, from top to bottom. That'll teach you not to go storming into strangers' homes. Ma'am? Complaining already, are you? Wouldn't you agree this is the least you can do? Oh, of course. I'll gladly do it, ma'am. Good. And in exchange, I suppose you can stay here. But no more thieving. I am not a thief, ma'am. After you've scrubbed all the floors in my house. Wad. That wasn't the joke you made. I added a little bit extra. I hope you don't mind. This is a cute little theme song. I'll be the judge of that, thank you very much. Anyhow, you work for me and I'll give you a place to stay. Fair enough, wouldn't you say? It does sound fair, ma'am, and it is very kind of you, but... I am not a thief. Fine, you're not a thief. Now, would you stop calling me ma'am? Do I look like an old hag to you? You don't. I apologize. My name is Elise, and you'd best remember it. Ah, yes. I'm so sorry. I forgot to introduce myself. Her little clogs. Selenic Wanderer. Rosenmarine! My name is Rosenmarine. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Elise. For goodness' sake, just Elise is fine. Come now, you have a lot of work to do. Yes, of course. New objective, bringing Rosenmarine home. I have to keep my mouth shut about this whole ordeal. I can't imagine what could happen if those folks caught wind of this. And then the same little descriptive. Explores my garden again. Nothing else new to check, I suppose. How could you even do all this? Look at my floors. I'm so sorry. Even Cranny's plates shattered to pieces. What are you, a wild boar? I'm surprised you didn't break my windows and tear down the walls. Oh. She was just scared. Alright, well. You know what you did. Anyhow, here, take this. Make certain you get into every nook and cranny, you hear? Yes, ma'am. While you're at it, you can sweep the chimney and clean out the fireplace, too. Oh, and wipe that stain off my wall and wash all my windows. I want this place sparkling by the time I wake up tomorrow, understood? Of course, ma'am. And I told you to quit calling me that. I'm sorry. They got this actress to record herself saying "Gomen nasai" and really wanted to get their mileage out of it. Come now, let me show you to the well out the back. Oh, I can do it myself, Elise. Anything to make up for what I've done. Look here, lassie, I have no good reason to trust you. I didn't mean to... Every single corner of this house is to be absolutely spotless by sunrise. Dare to cross me even once and I'll be having a word with the townsfolk. Are we clear? I do like this, like, stark contrast in protagonist from, Goldia. Yes, Elise. I'm sorry. I'll do my best. Be careful not to wake me either. I have Sunday Mass to attend tomorrow. Oh, she's Catholic? Little goody two rudes. I'll keep quiet. Good night, Elise. Go to bed. So much for St. Walpurga's protection. I ought to have thrown you out long ago, lassie. Palms joined in prayer, the wooden statue of St. Walpurga... Walpurga? Grants protection to the faithful. Now you've done it, Elise. There was hardly a need to be that harsh, but still... What if she's dangerous, or worse even? What if she's the witch the townsfolk have been talking about? Oh, what would Granny Holly do, I wonder? She didn't raise me to be like this. I even threatened to tell on her, too. What's done is done, I suppose. I'll make sense of it tomorrow. It's best I go to bed. Sonntag? Dedicated bedhead sprite. It's morning already. I can't be late for Sunday Mass or Father Hans will... Good grief, what was I thinking? She's probably taken everything I own by now. You will lose 1 bread for each time period that passes. That's 6 bread a day. Manage your normal, food, and key items through the item menu. You can consume... the tiny little grumpy little sprite of her. You can consume and use items through the item menu as well. PS1 pre-rendered hand-drawn background energy, like Legends of Mana. I haven't... You can consume lemon and use grabbies. I don't know Legend of Mana, but it does a little bit remind me of like some of the backgrounds in like Final Fantasy IX. I love a charming shop interior. Same dialogue there. So probably the same. Hold on. Cute little theme. Other than the one, like the conserving your lamplight mechanic and the little jump scare event the first time we came up here, it's hard to believe this is like tagged as a horror game. Spotless. maybe not. Doesn't seem like she took or broke anything, but... Hey!
当然マリね
Rosemarine? Was that her name? I can't believe she tidied up and left just like that. I didn't even give her anything to eat last night, the poor thing. Now, where could she have gotten to? A small wooden trunk filled with various knickknacks. Is this thing still dirty? Yeah. This is so... Oh, I don't know if I noticed it in the nighttime, but... The little wreath of flowers... that pops up when you go south enough. Rosemarine! There you are, you... Elise! Honestly, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, I was intending to leave first thing in the morning, but I was afraid I'd get lost in the dark. Never mind, come with me now. Are you taking me to the village? Who do you take me for, some wretch? Forget what I said last night. Not exactly my finest moment, I didn't mean to be such a brute, truth be told. I'm sorry for what I did, too. I got it. All of that's dead and buried. Now, come. I'm running late for Sunday Mass. Yes. Ah, wait for me, Elise. Quick visual example of Legend of Mana. Oh! Yeah! The music kind of reminds you of it. These backgrounds in the daylight too. I like the little chicken guy also in that screenshot. Flocka. Just flock? I don't know how much the way they hit that is meant to be like how it's pronounced and how much of it is just like whoa! Flock. Fluffy companion. Oh, I'm so relieved to see you. Where have you been? You know this goat? Yes, of course. We met on the way to Kieferberg. We've been together since. Yes, we were. Oh, he's the cuddliest little thing, isn't he? The cuddliest little thing, you say? Anyhow, I ought to get going. Wouldn't want to be late for Sunday Mass. Ah, yes. I'll be back in a moment, Flock. Flock. I have to say, you did a decent job tidying up. You did pretty much everything I asked you to. Oh, I'm so glad. I wanted to assure you I meant no harm, Elise. It kept me up for hours last night thinking you'd... I get it already, no need to tell me. Here, have some bread. You must be hungry. Ah, yes. Thank you, Elise. You really are too kind. Good grief. You do remember I hit you with a broom, right? Called you a thief, made you do my bidding and whatnot? I definitely wouldn't be... Is it... It's... That's the whole series is, like... The like, Mana series. I don't know anything in-depth about any of them, but... I know they're all considered, like... Or like, I know that, like... As far as, like, JRPGs go... They are, like, kind of... a fairly, like, prominent or well-known one. Especially, like... if you account for the fact that, like, probably the biggest, most popular JRPG franchises are, like... almost outliers in popularity. Kind of really distinct in what it's doing for the series. Very definitely a spin-off. Okay. So maybe not, but... Still? If it's reminding you this much of it, then I'm sure it's plausible that it's a game the creators were aware of. Maybe if I remember after I, like, beat it and I'm not worried about spoilers, I'll see if I can dig into, like, some research on its inspirations and stuff. Need to clear my throat real quick. Most folks would have tossed me right out the moment they found me, but you didn't. I suppose I didn't. Anyhow, I'm heading out. Don't wander about and don't make a mess. I won't, Elise. Pursue your love interests. Talk to your favorite girl when you see a heart above her head to schedule a romantic date for later. Oh! Before you go, Elise. I have something to tell you if you could come meet me later today. What's keeping you from telling me now? Well, it's important, so... I'll be in the back by nightfall, alright? Lesbiabs. For goodness sake. It best be worth my while, you hear? I promise it's nothing bad. We'll see about that. All romantic dates are marked with the heart icon. Each date will skip one time period. Sweep, sweep. Oh! And there's a little what's it. Okay, well, ooh. Would you like to revisit the game's tutorials? Nope. Oh, there's the little birdie, but there's also the little ribbon. Tsundere disease, but it's for being rude Ojo bully energy. I don't feel like... Oh, there's a lot in between. But I guess if for whatever reason I don't want to have the, like, romantic date with her. There's little eyes in here. Well, it doesn't seem like I can interact with it. Trot, trot. I'll get an earful from Father Hans if I don't hurry up. Unlocked map menu. Oh! Things that are like, I mean, I guess on the... Next in the story, attend Sunday Mass. A narrow passage surrounded by grapevine. Elise's backyard, the peak of a mountain overseeing all of Kieferberg Village. Elise's house, left to her by Granny Holly after her passing. Oh, and I can see, like, if there's tasks available somewhere. A creek that flows down in between Kieferberg's mountain peaks. A viewpoint, where Kieferberg's old windmill oversees the lands beyond. Ooh, and I can zoom out. The crossroads connecting Elise's house to the village, Primmeldorf, and the woods. Village entrance, where you can find Lubkuchen's home and bakery. Village Square, attend Sunday Mass. Kieferberg Square, home to the fountain and the town's church. The east side of town, where you can find Kieferberg's only inn. The town's water well, complete with a washing well and a breathtaking view. Back alleys, the narrow alleyway where Freya and Gustav live. Kieferberg's stables and community garden. The town's new windmill, built atop Kieferberg's breeziest mountain. And then there's the entrance to the woodlands surrounding the village of Kieferberg. Gusti and Freyhof, and of course the castle in the distance. Okay, cool. Well, I think someone's knocked upon my door. Maybe not. Maybe I imagined it. I did accidentally skip a little menu. Stay hydrated, thank you so much. Had a funny moment last stream where we'd gone out for lunch just before. So I had a little fast food drink that I was drinking from every time I wanted it. And just by coincidence, no one redeemed any sip redeems, so I was like still staying hydrated, but had forgotten. I make a point when I get a hydrate redeem to take a sip of specifically water, even if I have other drinks. And since I was just drinking like some juice or something, I forget what it specifically was. When my wife got home after stream, she got on to me for not having any water. Which is sweet of her. But, again, under the circumstances, was not actually a problem. Anyway, let's think. Gotta make sure it's hydrated. I've forgotten to look at the loading screen again. I keep looking to where the tooltip pops up to see if there's anything new or interesting. Yep. Hup. Yep. Hup. Oh yeah, that is a very like. But there's a little something. File sharer is a piece of garbage whose profile says they dislike LGBTQ+. Ugh. Download it and host it yourself. There's a little marking here, but I can't seem to check it. Oh. This isn't the time to wander about. I'd best hurry. Can I check this signpost while I'm here? Schwa? This thing's so faded I can't even read it. Left unknown. Right, Primmeldorf. Up, Kieferberg Peaks. Oh, there's another little save point. What about you? Seen any witches about here? Watching solemnly over passers-by, the lords of interests eternalized in this wayside shrine. Is he okay? There you are, Elise. Gretel. Come here, why don't you? Trot, trot. Good day, Granny Gretel. Different news are on about hitting furries. This is fucked. There should be someone who's cool and normal. On your way to Mass, I see. Anything to keep Father Hans off my back. I have some fresh buns, they'll cheer you right up. Why don't you take a look? Lipkochen's Bakery. Looking cheeky again today, dearie. I have 10 coins, which I think in the loading tip said it was called Tiffle. I can't buy pretzel. A neatly braided soft pretzel, Elise's favorite item from Lipkochen's Bakery. I'll pick up a bread. Anything else? Some pretzels, maybe? Okay, I don't have anything else. I'm not gonna sell my healing items. Especially not the one I just bought. See you, Granny. Tell me if you need anything else, dearie. Need something? Don't forget to stop by the village shops for some helpful items. Spend your money wisely. This silly old thing. To think Lipkochen and I used to spend entire afternoons taking turns on this swing. Secured by slightly frayed rope and covered with pine needles, the swing's wooden plank sways gently in the breeze. Oh, that's gotta be... This has gotta be the way. Pile of sticks. Might be best to seal our windows and doors, old Wilhelm, just in case. Ah, there she is, alive and kicking. Made it home all right last evening, I see. I did indeed, Mr. Bernard. First guy's dislikes includes being banned for no reason and people who ban for no reason. Ugh. It really is funny, like, how often the type of, like, bans them from ever accessing my giant pool shares. People like that who are weirdly oppositional to the idea that people won't want to be around them. I guess when I word it that way, it does make sense, but like, but like specifically people who like, they make fun of the idea that others would want to have safe spaces or boundaries or whatever, but then they'll set their own safe spaces and boundaries and just be a shithead about it. More importantly, what happened here? That dreaded windstorm, that's what happened. I suppose you didn't have it as bad up in the mountains. Montagnes. Is that French? Is that how the French spelling of it? Not that I think that's intentionally what happened here, necessarily, since this is a very, like, Germanic little town and world. I certainly didn't, by the looks of it. Oh, it was a sight you wouldn't believe, alas. Branches and leaves piled up high against folks' doors, entire treetops, some of them. Surely that's a bit of an exaggeration. The alleys took a beating, that's for certain. Some say they heard the wind knocking at their doors. Hope that was the other guy, I don't care that much. Old Jochen says it might have been the witch herself, but... Oh, here we go again. You can never be too certain, lass. Anyhow, I'll be heading inside now, folks. Let us hope for a better night's sleep this evening. May the Lord hear you, Wilhelm. Everything alright, Mrs. Linda? Oh, Elise, would you take a look at my poor flowers? That windstorm nearly uprooted all of them from their pots. Was it really that big of a storm? It was only a little windy up at the peaks. Why, you've seen all these branches scattered about town. I heard Brunhild's roof nearly came off. Oh, it was so frightening. I suppose. All story events are marked with the book icon. If marked by the clock icon, they'll skip one time period. Heard normal knocks, opened the door and saw no one. It must have been the wind, before returning to their scripted patrol routines. Routes, even. Oh, and that'll cost me a bread point. Which is fine. Good seeing you, Elise. Oh, it must have been even worse up in the mountains. It wasn't that bad, believe it or not. Ah, that's such a relief. I'm afraid we weren't as lucky, sadly. Oh, I do hope nobody was hurt. We can thank both the Lord and St. Walpurga nobody was. Many of the townsfolk got their windows shattered and their roof tiles blown off. What about you, Mr. Heinrich? Oh, it was awful. Our window shutters were ripped right off their hinges. It'll take all day to tidy up and fix everything. They got their back walls blown out. That's alright, dearest. The sooner we get to it, the sooner it'll be done. I can lend a hand if you'd like me to, Mrs. Ariane. Ariana? Oh, that's alright, Elise. Come now, you two. We'd best get inside. Trot, trot, trot. I can save my progress as many times as I want. Okay. Goodness, Elise, you look dreadful. Good morning to you too, Mrs. Bertha. Oh, I wasn't certain you'd come today, Elise. Odile. Why wouldn't I, Mrs. Odile? My, Elise, you do look quite tired. Couldn't catch a wink, I'd wager. Frightening, wasn't it? Oh, it must have been dreadful up in the mountains. Not at all. It seems you folks had it worse than I did. My, now that's hard to believe. That was no ordinary windstorm, I tell you. How so, Odile? Oh, I've about had it with this nonsense. She's saying it came from the woodland, that's what. Oh, Odile, it's no use entertaining such notions, my dear. You'll see, Marielle. All I can see is we're running late for Mass. Goodness, what has Kieferberg come to? After you, Elise. The woodland, huh? Oh, there's purple back there. Oh, good morning, Elise. Evergreen sweetheart, I like her. Freya. How are you always so cheery, Freya? You took so long, I thought you weren't coming. I overslept a little, I suppose. Didn't get that much sleep last night. Oh, me neither. And all because of that windstorm. Not even my little sprig could help me. Your sprig? I keep a tiny sprig of lavender under my pillow, you see? Sniffing it helps me sleep better, and it leaves such a lovely... Shush! Keep quiet, you two. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Wilhelm. You'd best focus now, Elise. You're the one wittering on, Freya. May the blessing of the Lord, the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit be with us. May the hallowed Saint Walpurga take heed of our prayers. Amen. This Saturday, we will once again be celebrating our patroness, Saint Walpurga. As you all know, preparations for the festivities are already underway. Let us all contribute to the best of our abilities, brethren. That said, I am aware of what transpired last night. Several of our neighbors were severely affected by the windstorm. I urge everyone to lend a hand in clearing out the alleyways. Let us all have compassion for one another in these trying times. Let us trust Saint Walpurga to guide our people and keep Kieferberg out of harm's way. May the Lord be with you, brethren. Amen. Took you all you had to get out of bed this morning, I'd wager. Sugary devotee. Very funny, Lebkuchen. Jokes aside, Elise. Don't I keep telling you to take your apron off for Sunday Mass? I'm certain the Lord couldn't care less, so why should you? Corrupt her with lesbianism. You're riling me up on purpose again, Leb. Can you tell? Oh, for goodness sake. I'd best get to work now, before it gets late. Don't forget to come about later, Elise. I won't. Unlocked relationship menu. Check the relationships menu to track your suspicion levels at any time. Open the locket to check on your romantic relationships with Rosenmarine, Freya, and Lebkuchen. And some tasks available. Okay, I see now. Oh, I really, really like this art style. I'm really glad to see that it's in this game as well. I think my suspicion is 0. That little animation too is so charming. I mean, this is a good game. And then there's another thing that I haven't unlocked yet. We best send a word to Primeldorf before... Ah, Elise, didn't you see you there? Send a word to Primeldorf, Mr. Gustav. We're having folks from Primeldorf lend a hand with the festival this year, Elise. I hear the windstorm wasn't as bad up in the mountains, lass. Freya was fretting over you like you wouldn't believe. She was? You ought to thank the Lord for your good fortune, Elise. Could be the worst game ever, and the music and UI alone would make it perfect. So true, though. It's like... It really is hard for, like... If certain aspects of a game are good enough, it is hard for, like, other aspects to ruin it. Like, not impossible, but... I think I've seen someone point out that, like... For the most part, other than some of the, like, battles, Undertale isn't actually really that... You know, it's not bad, obviously, but it's not actually that entertaining as a game. It's not, like, that necessarily fun to play. But it's just such a, like... The parts that are fun are pretty fun, and then the... Like... All the effort that put into, like, every other aspect of it just made it, like, timeless. Mostly timeless, but, you know, iconic, well-beloved, etc. Certainly, Father. Hard at work even on a Sunday, are you? Yeah, timeless is right. Very, like, intentionally a retro-styled game, but in, like... I mean, also timeless is just a fair way to describe something sufficiently iconic. When aren't I, Father? Sundays are meant for rest, Elise. You let us know if you ever need a hand, you hear? Of course, Mr. Gustav, thank you. Couldn't sleep much last night, could you? Could you? Didn't sleep a wink. Explains the hilarity. You're hopeless, Lebkuchen. As long as you keep indulging me. So it's my fault, huh? Here you go, before I forget. Pretzel! Yeah! Oh, you brought me my favorite. Mr. Bernhard said you were rather late getting home last night. Is that so? I did tell you it was almost time for supper when you stopped by. And I told you Mrs. Elma worked me like a donkey right up until nightfall. Mr. Bernard was fretting over you, is all. Mr. Bernard can find better things to do with his time, I'm certain. You really are so stubborn, Elise. Anyhow, it's about time I head out. Say, I'll be up at the bell tower all afternoon if you'd like to keep me company. I'll be there, Leb. Meet Lebkuchen at the church tower in the afternoon. Have some hedgehog stew. No wonder Father Hans is such a miserable wretch. I would be too if I had to read this gibberish all day. Gibberish? Father Hans' holy scripture rests upon the altar, each page scrawled with annotations. This must be Lebkuchen's Bible. Let's see. No, I can't do it. It's so tedious I can't get past the first sentence. A copy of the Holy Scripture rests upon the altar beneath a thin layer of dust. Saint Walpurga, huh? Basking in its holy glory, the image of Saint Walpurga solemnly watches over Kieferberg Church. I remember sneaking into Father Hans' study with Leb when we were children. These two rooms have nothing but junk in them anyhow. You can always run in the church. They won't. They'll tell you you shouldn't. Interesting. Item get. Mysterious note. There's something written on here. Hallowed Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. May thy will be everlasting, and thy grace all embracing. Quenched thou shalt be on this Sabbath of the full moon. May this prayer find its restful place in thy life, bearing grove. A prayer? There's something else at the bottom. Kieferberg's offering lies in the crossroads beyond the maple. May thy thirst be quenched, thy blessings received. In the crossroads. I wonder who dropped this. That was the symbol on the rocks by the crossroads, too. I've never seen water coming out of here. I wonder if they've ever been used for anything. Polished completely smooth, the pearly stone basin sits untouched. Nothing else on the other side. I stopped lighting candles ever since Granny Holly passed. Not that they ever did anything, anyhow. Kept burning in the wake of a prayer, each candle's flame flickers in serene devotion. This place always brings back such good memories. The fragrant mountain breeze frolics about the rolling hills, spreading its spring cheer all across Kieferberg. The game's main retro-visual effect is a shader which gives the entire screen effect similar to the blurring and the color distortion one typically saw from a cathode ray tube display of the 90s, and which was often planned for in the game's art design. No artificial scaling is involved, and the game's real target resolution being 1080p. The asset's designed to match and display in true 24-bit color. Muffy. Thank goodness that's over. What a bore. To think I'll have to work all day until the evening. Each day has 6 time periods, but only 3 are working periods: morning, afternoon, and dusk. All goals marked with the time icon will skip one time period. Yep. Ah, Elise. What was I doing for? Ah, Elise, I was waiting for you. Waiting for me? I almost forgot to give you this. Ointment. You mentioned your hands were feeling dry, right? Oh, you didn't have to, Freya. I use it right before bed every night. It does wonders for the skin. I put a little lavender in there, too. Wait, you made this yourself? Of course I did, silly. That's Papa's favorite. His hands are always dry, you see. You do have a knack for this sort of thing, don't you? Ah, so I'm told. I suppose. Anyhow, I'd best move along before it gets late. Say, Elise, I was wondering. I'm going to pick some flowers this afternoon up in the mountains. Flowers? I thought maybe you might care to join me, if you'd like. Alright, I'll be there, Freya. Ah, that's wonderful. Have a nice day, Elise. What's gotten into her? Map? So I guess this is the morning or daytime? Not yet the afternoon? Help Ariana with the chickens or Elmo with the apples. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's morning, okay. Well, I guess let me have a bread. And then save, instead of the other way around. You've seen what it did to the alleys, Marielle. Oh, Odile, what are we to do with you? Is everything alright, Miss Marielle? Odile here is making too much of that windstorm, is all. You'll see, Marielle. See what, Mrs. Odile? Old Jolchin's right, lass. That windstorm came from the woodland. It's that wretched witch. For goodness sake. You'd best keep such thoughts to yourself, Odile. The townsfolk are already frightened. You wouldn't want to make it worse. Why, I'm simply trying to alert folks to the... You ought to watch your words, dearie. That's what happens when you try Mrs. Marielle's patience, I suppose. Lorelei. Can't be bothered to lend a hand in the alleys, Elise? Folks can look after their own homes, I'd say. Sparing yourself on a Sunday, I see. As a matter of fact, I happen to work every Sunday, Mrs. Lorelei. Alright, whatever you say, lassie. Say, have you seen my niece by chance? Molly? I'll take it you haven't, then. No, I don't think I have, Mrs. Lorelei. She's been up to no good lately, you see. Running about begging for food, skipping class. Who knows what else. I see. Nothing a good whipping can't fix, anyhow. I wouldn't be so certain. Not rocking with her at all. Okay, so there's a chore. We can't all leave Kieferberg over this nonsense. Leaving? Who's leaving? Oh, Elise, it's that witch folks keep wittering on about. That windstorm couldn't have been a mere coincidence, old Jochens. Calm down, Brunhild. Think of your baby. Now, I'm not one to believe such things, but... I thought you weren't buying into this nonsense, Miss Bertha. Why, who are you to say it's nonsense, Elise? You're jumping to conclusions, I see. We all know old Jochen's making too much of it, as usual. Oh, I hope you're right. Of course we do, Elise. It's just... Last night was so frightening, it left us all wondering. I understand, Mrs. Dorothea. Yet fretting like this isn't... Worrying like this won't get us anywhere. Truly, Mrs. Bertha, you're right. For goodness sake. Suspicion down! Fuck yes. Yeah, I think it is still at 0 unless... Sussy lower. What a mess. I won't be going through here anytime soon, I suppose. All available tasks are marked with the broom icon. Sweet, sweet. Each task you do will skip one time period. The better you do, the better your reward. Do your best and spend your money wisely in the shops. Keep forgetting what the... Mr. Wilhelm's been keeping himself busy, it seems. Covered in dents and scratches, the anvil's smooth surface glistens in the sunlight. Okay, I'll sweep. I'm so glad you dropped by, Elise. Won't you lend me a hand? I have my hands full tidying up after that windstorm, you see. I can lend you a hand with that, Mrs. Ariana. I was hoping you could fetch me some eggs from the co-op. Of course. Leave it to me, Mrs. Ariana. Careful with the hens now, you hear? I dare say they're still riled up after last night. Out of my way, you feathered rat. Chicken frenzy. Okay, control pad move X to pick an egg. This is so charming. Round 2. Even the like extra the extra visual effect on the oh, I'm trying so hard to go too fast. Yeah, the extra visual effects to make it look like a TV or like arcade cabinet screen even within the game. The slight bowing at the corners. Rank B. Oh, and it costs me to try again if I wanted. That's okay. You pass. Oh, this is so cute. Oh my, these will hardly do, Elise. How many eggs do you need? Heinrich's going to be rather disappointed, the poor lad. For your time, Elise. Well, that's still enough for 2 pretzels. On to afternoon. I ended up not being able to fully tune in for the following streams, unless you speedrun it over the next week. And what an understandable temptation. So afternoon, take me to map. Okay, so everything I can do now is going to take time. And I do want to go to a date event. Literally just like when you saw Lena stream Pseudo Regalia. Okay, we're gonna save. Let me think. Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop this on a new one. If I can only choose one, I'm a little bit more interested in Freya, I believe. So I think I'm gonna go do that event, but if for whatever reason I want to change my mind, I'll leave this save for that. Oh, Elise. Ah, Elise, perfect timing. What's the matter, Mrs. Marielle? Poor Odile's losing her wits, you see. She's rather superstitious, after all. I suppose it could be bad, considering her age. Truly. She's been coming in and out of the alleys, too. I suppose she's fretting over the damage, but... Are you done with the cleanup, Mrs. Ariana? Ah, it's taking a while, but it's coming along. Elderly won't last a week carrying on like this. Without our support, I'm afraid she'll... I do want to play Pseudo Regalia eventually, as well. Mechtilde. Oh, it's wonderful seeing the laddies making merry, isn't it? It reminds me of my time with Gretel and your grandmother, Elise. You 3 used to be very close, I remember. Oh, we got up to some mischief, that's for certain. That's hard to imagine, if I'm honest. Seeing those laddies running about gives me hope, Elise. You, Freya, and Nebkuchen, too. All good girls. I can't say I won't leave town eventually, Mrs. Mechtilde. Kieferberg is our home, Elise. I would say that alone is worth our while. I suppose. Duppy dog. Anybody down here now? Nope, just some kitties. More good than bad coming our way, God willing. We best keep a positive outlook, Ludwig. The festival's a week away. Are you still talking about the windstorm? Even the lass has had enough of that, you see? Old Jochen's right, Heinrich. It was more than a mere windstorm. Oh, for goodness sake. Never throw out a yada yada. I think I speak for all of Kieferberg when I say it's better to be safe than sorry, that's all. Spreading this nonsense about town is doing more harm than good, Mr. Ludwig. I have to agree. Old Odilie's losing her wits. Father Hans can have a word with her later. As for us, we have to act before it's too late or we'll never hear the end of it. Oh, there's a whole scene with the kids. Jacob, Elise, Elise! I'm busy. Shoo, shoo. You're so boring, Elise. Grün? I thought it was just apple. Apfel. No wonder you're always in such a bad mood, Elise. Oh, I'll tell you who's always in a bad mood, you little... Please, Elise, come play with us. She won't. She's a coward. Coward, coward. Oh, I'll show you the coward. Give me that. Huh. How did you do that, Elise? Oh, she's good. You did it from so far away, Elise. You're making too much of it, you brats. Your arms are longer, that's why. Cheater. You're a cheater. Why, you? Hello? What are you doing here, Melly? Muffy? Eek! Elise, I'm doing nothing at all. Stuffing yourself full of Mrs. Lisbeth's apples again, aren't you? Oh, but they're really sweet, Elise. Keep your grubby hands off of me, Mindy. Your loss. Well, I won't be doing this chore. I don't want to shop right now. There might be another shop I want to get something from while I have money and food. It's so depressing having to walk past this place every day. Smothered in overgrowth, the abandoned home's every nook and cranny is bursting with clumps of moss. Oh, I gotta run a little halfway bump. Oh, that isn't what I meant to do. Oh, I'm doing this the long way around anyway. Yay! Okay. Finn. Working on a Sunday again, Elise. Ought to keep myself fed, I'd say. Say, Elise, we've been considering rebuilding these homes. These piles of rubble? What for? Guido? Told you, fellas. Not a soul in Kieferberg will give it the time of day. I don't see how it would be worth the hassle, that's all. It's such a shame they're sitting right by the village square, too. But who would choose to settle in Kieferberg of all places? Come now, folks. If we don't rebuild our own town, who will? You're right, Gustav. This is our home, after all. There's no swaying you two, is there? Trot, trot. Yeah, there's this symbol and there's... Oh. Was this opening here before, I wonder? This place is so stuffy. Well, I missed a pop-up again. I wanted to come out here and save again. wanna... Whoops. Can I get that? Can I get that again? Diary entry number 1. This looks an awful lot like that old geezer's robe, doesn't it? What's this? The miracle of our beloved patroness, Saint Walpurga. After last evening's events, I have no choice but to take responsibility. Not only for Saint Walpurga's sake, but for old Holly's as well. Huh? Granny Holly? On her deathbed, old Holly confessed to all her sins. Among her most mundane missteps, she told me of Elise, of her many prayers to cure her of her childlessness. Yet what struck me as remarkable was the miracle she claimed was granted. That the woodland itself granted her wish for a child. As she put it herself, he granted her wish for a heavy price. How can this be? What did old Holly truly mean to say? If this truly did happen and Elise was conceived by St. Walpurga's divine intervention, yet, if not for St. Walpurga's blessing, then who is he? Old Holly didn't seem delirious, nor did she lose her composure. I have more questions than I can answer at this moment. What is going on here? I'd best hold on to this piece of paper. An old, tattered robe rests on the ground. Her scaredy UI face in the corner. Yeah, I saw the dialogue actually accidentally skipped, or the tooltip I accidentally skipped said something about sanity. Tattered note. This is... another prayer. Hallowed Walpurga, sanctified be thy name. I beg thou for a sign, a testimony to my plea. May you accept this offering, the remnants of thy miracle. Kieferberg welcomes thy blessings, thy guidance. Someone must be leaving these around, but who? There's something else at the bottom. Find proof of our faith up at the peaks. Buried within the windmill that once was. This is that old windmill up in the mountains. Whoa! What? What? Huh? What? What was that thing? Was I dreaming, or... I think I might need something to clear my mind. I wonder if there's something up there in that windmill. I don't know what that was about or what that thing was, but what I saw in there was a ritual of sorts. There's no doubt about it. That was freaky. That was pretty spooky. Yeah, being... whatever it was, being made of a different visual design. Yep. Hup. Yep. Hup. Take me back home for the moment. Revisit the game's tutorials. I assume, or I hope, yes! All dates skip time periods, so I'll have to prioritize dates over tasks if I want to make sure I get them. So I guess a purple hat with a little ribbon is an actual point of suspicion. Keep Elise from feeling frightened with sanity healing items, or she might go mad. Okay, I don't have any of those yet, so I'm glad, I'm glad I didn't, like, need them. Task, you will skip one time period. The better you do, the better your reward. Do your best and spend your money wisely in the shops. There wasn't another one. I thought there was one more of those that I accidentally skipped at some point. I do kind of want to... I want to load that back up just to kind of look around that room a bit more. Maybe let myself get got and see if there's, like... a door. It's locked, too. What is this place? A man-sized sigil appears, chiseled into the door's gritty surfaces, surrounded by uneven, scattered crevices. Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. The fast forward with the little, like, TV static. Oh. What a game over screen. You continue me on that. Okay. I do want to make sure I've, like, collected the items in there. Just in case. Well, there... Okay. And yeah, it does seem like the sanity meter, like... decreases, even in menus. Gargle's so freaky too. So there's something else in there, but the rocks fall. I need something to clear my mind. I will just save back over that, I think. Yeah. Leaves a trail of slowly clean distortion. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Interesting. Look at the map. I do also like, though, and I don't know if it was like... at all a limitation of programming, like, the chase things, or if it was, like, an intentional decision to make it feel more, like, awkward and inhuman. But the way that it didn't seem like the monster can go on diagonals. Or especially not, like, semi-free. Like, it was very much, it had to go on the... Yeah, because I can kind of, like, even if I'm not going diagonal enough to turn her sprite, I can drift. But it was, like, strict up, down, left, right. Because it had to do a little, like, to get around the corner, it had to do a little whoop whoop. Interesting. What? Let me look at it. The windmill that once was. This is it, surely. But I can't move this out of the way. Maybe I should come back some other day. Oh. There she is. I'll spend some time with her. Ah, Elise! I'm so glad you made the time. I was curious about the maypole, I suppose. Come now, I've been picking some flowers. Won't they wilt if you pick them now? Ah, I'm still playing with the colors. Papa's lending me a hand to dress the maypole, and Mrs. Marielle and Mrs. Linda, too. Might as well invite all of Kieferberg to dress it at this rate. Why don't you help too, Elise? Me? You could spend the night on Friday, and we could all do it together. I'm not too certain. Oh, it would be so much fun to have you. I'm not so good with that kind of thing, Freya. Huh? Oh, I knew daisies would suit you best. Freya? What do you say, Elise? Do you want to stay the night? I suppose I could, but... It's alright if you don't want to, silly. That's not what I... You don't fancy me much, do you, Elise? Freya. All I want is to be good friends with you, despite everything. I do too, you know. I wasn't trying to make you feel for me, or anything of the sort. For goodness sake, that's not it, Freya. Oh, I didn't mean... I didn't even say anything yet. Oh, but I truly didn't mean to... You're always overcompensating. It makes you seem disingenuous. Elise. I'm glad we're friends, Freya. I truly am. Yet, you keep trying to please me day in, day out. That's not what I meant to do, Elise. I wish you'd treat me more as a friend, Freya. Rather than someone you owe an apology to. Elise. I'll be using that ointment you made me, alright? I never meant to overcompensate. Yet you shower me with gifts every day of the week. You don't do that to anyone else. What am I supposed to think? That's because I care for you, Elise. Huh? There's a reason why you're the only one, silly. Anyhow, it's getting quite late, isn't it? Is everything alright, Elise? You're red as a beet. Why, it is getting quite late. What are you laughing at? See you around town, Elise. For goodness sake. Freya Heartpiece required. Now you stop that. into the desk. You'll get a love heart after each successful date. Check your progress in the relationships menu. Okay, well. Let me go ahead and have another bread. Just to keep that menu from going too low. Play Kiss the Rat with the kids. Well, I definitely have to do that at some point to see what that means, but... I do think I want to go to do the Rose and Marine date. Give a rat a kiss because they're lovely and deserve it. Yeah, I guess the one save is before committing to the date with Libkachin that I skipped. And then the other is before committing to actually doing the one with Freya. So I have those if I want to go back for that for now. So I'll go ahead and save. I'll save over this one again. No matter what, the story has at least say to the townsfolk, I do think it is for the best to, like, take it easy on Sunday. Let at least have a break from all the work. There you are, Flock. Ought to be nice being a goat, huh? Not one care in the world, oblivious to everything. Rude to accuse a goat of bimbo. Goats can be bimbos. Spend some time with her. There you are, Rosemarine.
Elise!
I didn't know you'd be back so soon, Elise. I still ought to head back to town, mind you. What are you doing standing out here? Oh, just waiting for the stars to come out is all. Twitch popping up. Are you sure you want to send this? It could be rude or hateful. I do think they should let you do, like... I mean, I guess, like, it does depend on a channel's settings, but... Yeah, I guess I was gonna... I don't think necessarily user-sided, or viewer-sided, like... auto-chat moderation is any better than streamer-sided. A little too early for stars, don't you think? I find it helps me air out my thoughts. Air out your thoughts, you say? I'm waiting for the waxing crescent. It's important I set my sight on what's to come. The sooner the better. What do you mean, Rosemarine? You see, Elise, I've dreamt about you before. About Kieferberg, too. Last night, or... I know this may sound strange, but I didn't quite stumble upon Kieferberg by accident. What do you mean? Do you believe in fate, Elise? I don't know. I've never given it much thought. And you most likely won't believe what I have to say, but I've always known my fate was with you, Elise. Huh? You have to wonder if, like... If you like have enough... If you have, like, strong enough dreams about a girl you've never met before, but, like, the dreams tell you where to find her, and you go and meet her, and, like, the first thing she does is hit you with a broom and yell at you and make you clean her house. Even if it's, like, part of the reason it needs cleaning is because you, like, were in it, like, uninvited. Like, yeah, she's into it, yeah, like, it's gonna swing how you feel really hard one direction or the other. Either it's gonna completely ruin it, or it's gonna be like, you're gonna be into it enough that it clinches it. You're like, yep. It's too soon to be having this conversation, if I'm honest. I meant to wait until you were ready, but... I don't understand, Rosemarine. Ready for what? You'll know in time. What's with all this mystery? Out with it, Rosemarine. What are you trying to tell me? It took me quite some time to make sense of it myself, but... the little shy pose. Everything's feeling so strangely nostalgic to me. Nostalgic, you say? Your name, your voice, your home. This breeze, even. All that surrounds you. So much of it feels like home to me. That's not possible, Rosemarine. It's you the stars told me about, Elise. I'm certain now. Never in my life have I ever heard such nonsense, and yet... I'm covered in goosebumps. I can tell you don't believe one word of what I just said. Rosemarine, I think I'll stay out here for a little while longer, if that's alright. I promise I won't be late for supper. Alright. Don't stay out here too long, you hear? I won't. Rosemarine, heart piece acquired. And we move into the night. Oh, I didn't realize her little, like... Oh, I'm finally done with work for today. I'd best head over to Mrs. Gretel's to see Lebkuchen. Dinner with Rosemarine, and meet Lebkuchen at the bakery. Oh, what am I doing talking to a goat?
Also, hello, it's wife time.
It's wife time. Okay, cool. It's still a dialogue thing, I don't get it.
It's Miss Pop's least favorite time of stream where I come in and interject a little.
Once in a wife time.
What's in a wife time?
Water flowing underground.
Whoa.
Thinks about it for a minute. Yeah, let me make another one.
Did you get a spam bot or something? That's who you banned?
Yeah.
What were they selling?
Oh, who knows? It's always like... It's always the same, like, generic message that's like, get free viewers or something like that.
Buys 10 viewers. Eats them.
That's scary.
Well, you're in the dark woods. Of course it's scary. Over by the creek.
You just hate my dark woods.
Hey. You're just mad that my bog exiled your graveyard, alright?
Hey,
Yeah.
there was a scary in here.
There was a scary? This was made by the same people who did the Pocket Mirror game?
Yeah.
Damn. Is this just a different engine, or did they actually make this one? 'Cause this one looks crazy.
I don't know. I think the other one was made in, like, RPG Maker. And I don't know if this one was.
It's hardly the dark. Yeah, this does have the, like, movie filter where they just do a blue filter over it. Hey, a young girl. No way in hell.
I gotta buy some pretzels.
One. Oh my god! Oh my god. Grandma's so cute!
I'm gonna buy 3 breads.
Now pronounce the name of this bread.
The
baker.
kitchen? That's not the baker. The baker is Gretel. This is Lebkuchen. And if I'm saying it wrong,
It's German.
yeah, I know. The whole town is German.
Oh.
It's Kieferberg.
Technically it would be Kaifa?
Oh,
Kaifabek?
who cares?
Hey! The Germans care.
Oh, who cares?
Water well? I sure hope you do.
There's also Primeldorf, which I think is the castle up here.
No, they don't. You're right, they don't give any fucks. Die Castle?
There you are, Lebkuchen. You're a little too happy to see me, aren't you? Oh, I thought today would never end, that's all. You do look tired, Elise. These folks will be the death of me, that's what. Fretting over this witch nonsense day and night. You know they're rather superstitious, Elise. Oh, you're buying into it now, too? What's next? We all sleep in the church together like chickens in a coop? Elise! It's all nonsense, Leb. Everyone's losing their wits. Here's your bread, Elise. Oh, she gives me one, too. 2 of them? I'll never go hungry.
Okay, before you keep talking, I love you. You don't have to pause. You can let everybody hear our love and our cutes. Mwah. So goodbye, everybody. Don't forget to give my wife money. Or I'll hit you with a big loaf of stale bread.
Broom?
Broom?
Yeah.
Broom?
Hit with a broom like in the game?
No, big
like,
loaf
way
of
before?
stale bread.
Oh, that's no fun.
That's an on-topic joke. Sit up and stretch. And drink.
Well, broom is on topic too, because it happened in the game just way earlier for you to know. Also, thank you so much for the self-care beam.
Self-care beam.
That's what we call it.
The room is on topic. Hey, don't sass me in my own house. I got one droplet of water on me. Well, in response to that message, gotta go.
Becomes witchy and ominous.
1 hour. If you don't get off exactly at 6, I'll hit you in the head with a broom. Okay, bye.
What a silly goose. Did you make too much today or something? I thought you could use a little more than usual tonight. You need to look after yourself, Elise. The kitchen's always had a talent to figure things out, but... Is this her intuition again, or... Move along, Elise, before it gets late. I'll see you tomorrow, Leb. I do wonder... Oh! pretzel. Leb, L-E-B, short for her name. She did not call her childhood friend a triggered lib. Thought Elise was going to be literally the most rude ever. I'm in the woods now. Let's not wander off. Without, like, saving my proggy. My proggy. I'm in the woods like lichen. Oh, our beloved Kieferberg. Kieferberg, I guess? I like Kiefer. Well, Kieferberg, are you from Kieferberg? Why, a few of us are. How lovely of a town, how desperately I long to see it once more. Yeah, the German words I do know, that are very few of them, that have I before E. I liken to lichen. Which, I mean, I'm no expert. It's not as if, like, English as a Germanic language is devoid of words that are spelled one way. Spelled the same as each other, but not pronounced the same as each other. What's so good about Kieferberg, would you say? You won't know it until it's too late, I'm afraid. Oh, how I wish I was in your shoes. I don't think you're aware of what that means. We certainly weren't, let alone someone like you. We? Oh. I'd best not wander about too far. Oh, how I wish I was in your little goody two shoes. What an interesting little encounter. And now we leave the woods forever. Can I go this way right now? Nope. Hup. 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 And I can do it every time if I want to. It does seem like without personally dousing it or like having it put out by a story thing, my lantern doesn't seem to go out, at least not for a while. Elise, welcome back. I brought some bread. Let's settle down and eat. Oh, bread and soup. Would you like me to start making dinner for us from tomorrow, Elise? That's not a bad idea in itself, but... how am I to know you won't make a mess of it? Last thing I want is to spend my evenings in the outhouse. I love this sassy little expression. I'll have you know I'm a proper cook, Elise. Never once did my sweet granny disapprove of anything I prepared. Well, I suppose it can't do much harm. On that note, Rosemarine, you're to sleep up in the attic from now on. Can't have you hanging around the granary and bringing all the dust and cobwebs inside. Oh, I can clean it out for you, Elise. It's really no trouble. I've had my fill of running about looking for you day and night. Oh, Elise, I wouldn't want to be a bother. And I wouldn't want you nesting with the mice and the geckos. You're sleeping in the attic and that's final, you hear? I'm letting you sleep inside where it's perfectly warm and... Did you hear that, Rosemary? Hear what? I'm taking the broom. You stay here just in case. What's footing about? Ah, hello? It's you. Please spare me, Elise. What in the Lord's name are you doing here, Miffy? I was out on a stroll, I swear. I swear on my auntie's name. And you just so happened to hide behind my house, I see. Who doesn't? You sneak about folks' homes every now and then too, don't you? What are you doing here, Mandy? Tell me right now or I'll scrub your mouth with soap this very minute. Eek! It's getting quite late, isn't it, Elise? I'd best... out with it. I saw her, that girl you're housing, Elise. You saw nothing, Molly. She's not from around here. Even I can tell. You were having supper together and everything, Elise. You keep your mouth shut, Mubby, or I'll... Getting the name wronger and wronger is really funny. Why don't you share some of that bread you got, Elise? I might keep quiet if you do. Oh, I should have guessed that's what you wanted. I'm not giving you grapes or pretzels. I have 5 spare breads. If I hear as much a word about this, Molly, as much as a word. Oh boy, oh boy. Golly, Elise, why don't you bring me a pretzel tomorrow? Mouth shut or I'll throw you in the well. Eek. It's good to recall how many breads you've eaten. And don't come back, or else. For goodness sake, this is the last thing I needed. Is she gone? This could be bad, Rosemary. I don't know if it's like... if it's close enough... Like, the intended reading is that Rosemarine is close enough to Rosenmarine. That she's just not correcting her. And Elise is just, like, bad with names. Or if she's specifically bad with Muffy's name, and they, like, for whatever reason, just put it as Rosemarine in the dialogue every time. Oh, Elise. I genuinely didn't see her. I would have told you if I had. Don't you start fretting now, too. Do you think she'll tell anyone? If she does, we could be... in trouble. I know, Rosemary. It's Rosenmarine. right after I bring it up. Oh, shush. I'm heading back inside. Ah, yes. Muffy's spying on you. Fulfill her daily requests for food items to keep her from snitching and raising suspicion. Mind what you say and do your best to avoid raising suspicion toward Elise or bear the consequences. Go to bed! Pressing the wrong button. So there's not a separate suspicion menu for Muffy. Elise. I'm heading off to bed, Rosemary. I could spend the night in the granary if you'd like. No, I meant what I said. You're sleeping in the attic. I'll meet you upstairs. Ah, all right. All tagged with proper artist credits. It's the same dialogue. Oh! Granny Holly used to love this thing, didn't she? I never truly understood why, exactly. That's clearly important. The music cuts out and it makes a special little sound. You left that goat in the granary, I'm hoping. Of course. I left the door ajar so you can go out and about if you want. What makes you think he'll stay put? Why, the bed I made him, of course. You ought to see it, Elise. I'm not going out of my way to see a goat's hay bed, Rosemarine. Up you go. You need to make your bed, too. You'll make do, I'm certain. Oh, it's perfect. I'll get you a blanket, too. I can't have you sleeping on hay. Why not? You're not a goat, Rosemarine. I could be a thief, yet you're trusting me with a blanket. I don't see what's so funny. You truly are kind, Elise. I can see that clearly now. I could be a witch burglar. Oh, shush. I'll be glad to take that blanket, Elise. I'll get you some matches, too, and a candle. Thank you, Elise. It's bedtime now. I need some rest. Good night, Rosemary. Good night, Elise. Trot, trot. Sweep, sweep. For goodness sake. What am I getting myself into? First I agreed to house Rosemarine. Now Miffy's caught wind of it too. I best make sense of this all by tomorrow. If only I could leave this town. Go somewhere far, far away from here. A place where I'd never have to fret about money or going hungry. Like a castle or a palace. Somewhere where I can live the life I deserve. Uh-oh. That's spooky. Where am I? Is this a dream? Hello? It's locked, it seems. Oh, and I bet there's something nice inside, too. It's so bright, but there's no flame. An intricately designed golden lamp stands by the bedroom door, its bulbs shining bright. Oh, what I would give to sleep here every night. A spacious bed stands in the corner, its silky sheets protected by a counterpane embroidered in gold thread. You can't tell if my sanity is going down or if it's just already, like, if it hasn't gone back up from the cave. I feel like I'm in a princess's bedroom. If only I could live here, just like I've always dreamed. Ah! Be careful, there are all sorts of dangers lurking in the shadows. Use healing items to persevere and survive. A silver key. The items in your inventory can have effects on the environment. Try using them on it. This is marble, I suppose. Topped with a shiny slab of marble, the round table stands immaculate. I'm locked in here, I suppose. Can't say I mind it much, if I'm honest. I'm not going anywhere near that dresser. Rebirth. That's what I wished for. Long, long ago. You wanted to be reborn? Somewhere safe. Somewhere far, far away. I went through all of their trials, gathered all of his gifts. And, indeed, I was reborn. My wish was granted, yet, to think I would end up like this. Wait, what was that? More grapes. And now I've been slightly scared. Okay, well. Just let me eat bread. Oh, an ointment just gives me extra health. Okay. Did I not get a... Oh, okay. Doesn't seem like this is what I should be using here. Oh, on the chest, maybe? Let's see. Oh, goodness. So many dresses. Another key. I wonder what it's for. Golden key. New objective, leave the room. It's so bright I can hardly see. A blindingly warm light pierces the window's glass panes, cradling the room in a welcoming glow. That's what pops up when you need to do any task. Labeled as a hard quest. Such a long corridor. It truly feels as though I'm inside a palace. Such a strange statue. The marble statue of a serpent wearing a golden crown. Its nameplate reads, Aziel? Such a strange statue. The marble statue of a crow wearing a golden crown. Its nameplate reads... I don't know what letter that first and last one is meant to be. Maybe an O? Ovrio? Oh, that's my own reflection. I thought something spawned in chasing me. These changed as well. An intricately designed golden lamp stands by the wall, its bulb emanating an eerie, phantasmagoric light. I can't see anything. A blinding crimson glow pierces the window's glass panes, tinting the room in reddish hues. Sunday witching hour. Ah, I see. I can't run right now. It's locked. No choice but to move along down the hall.
Surprise wife kiss. Mwah. Hey, look at
My pocket lantern. I have a bad feeling about this. What in the Lord's name is this place? What are those things? Feeling lost? Don't forget to turn on your lantern and keep an eye out. What things? Okay, so avoid candles. These are all in a different language. I can't make sense of any of these titles. I didn't even realize I got close enough for that one to be a problem. I'm burning matches too. Oh, bandages. That's nice. Crack in the wall, but I can't seem to interact with it. It's no wonder they're wilted, being left in such an awful room. A bunch of purple flowers sag lazily over their vase. Phantasm key. It's a key. This is what will get me out of here, I'm certain. It's jammed. I could try to pry it open, but I feel like I maybe shouldn't. Such a big sofa, if only. Upholstered in luxurious blue velvet, the broad sofa rests surrounded by similarly luxurious furniture. I'm not getting far that way without, unless... No. We can move on. 4 keyholes. That means there are 4 keys, I'd wager. Okay. So I probably do need to go try to force the chest, or figure out another way to get through it. Just the same. Just the same. Oh. No problem. It's a key. And I'm sure the other 2 are going to be on the other side of the room. More bandages. and a fireplace. That's me. Strange. Never mind. The way that, like... The candles that are moving, like, if I'm too close to them, there's, like, the ominous whispering. Oh, what's this? The key to one's dream is found within oneself. As for yours, it's in this very room, the core of your innermost desire. It's not knowledge you seek, but gold-bathed glory. Interesting. There's another key, but there might be one more. What items do I have that I could use on this? Maybe if I try something else. It doesn't seem to be working, huh? What if I check this chest again? Getting dream is found within oneself. In this very room, the core of your innermost desire. Not knowledge you seek, but gold-bathed glory. I mean, that looks gold-lit. Doesn't seem like this is what I should be using here. I don't know what else to try. Oh. Maybe there's like a gold lit something that I'm missing. Ah! Shit! Oh, that one didn't actually hurt me? Maybe I got out of its, like, range fast enough? Oh, here's a gold-lit bookcase. There's something on the back of this shelf. I have to reach out my arm to get it, but... this is... Ah, yeah, okay. Escape the room. worked! I'm glad it stacked them, so I guess it used them all at once, instead of making me go back into my inventory 3 more times. Where am I? I must be dreaming. More candles. A castle? Nope. No more castle. Hello? Hurry now, hurry now. We're late for his banquet. What are you? Hurry, hurry! What in the world? Oh. Well, that's a pumpkin. I know a pumpkin. Whoa! Good lord. Buntag. I'm quite unwell. Penis imagery. A dream that left me feeling a little queasy. Rosemarine, are you there? She's most likely still asleep anyway. No point in waking her this early, I suppose. Get ready for work. Well, I am going to eat some grapes. And some bread. I'll go ahead and eat 2 breads just to keep stocked up, but keep one in my inventory if I need it for later. So I didn't realize it was being like... if you're 1 hungry away from empty. That's what makes the like... Oh! That's what makes the screen go fuzzy at the edges and makes her portrait get blurry. Or the woozy, I guess. Good morning, Elise. I would have got a head start on breakfast if I knew you'd be waking up this early. Since when have you been up? Oh, I'm always up and about before daybreak. I can't sleep in if I try. I didn't notice you coming down from the attic. I brought the ladder up with me last night so I wouldn't wake you. And the hatch doesn't squeak if you do it slowly, right? I took my shoes off and used the ladder to shut it back up. Easy. You're smarter than you look, huh? I look as smart as I am, Elise. Is that so? Anyhow, I'm heading off to the garden. The garden? You mean the field just outside? Is it that obvious that I haven't touched it in years? Been working like a dog since Granny Holly passed, but now I have you to fret about, too. I can't sit on my hands forever, can I? Elise? What, you'd rather starve? Join me as a maid of all work, perhaps? You truly are kind, aren't you? Oh, shush. I'm heading out to see what I can do about the garden. I'll call you in for breakfast in a moment, then. Bread. For goodness sake. I've neglected it for so long, it'll be impossible to dig. Anyhow, this is no time to loiter about. What's this? A pair of shoes? How could they possibly have wound up here in the garden? Oh, they're wonderful. And they fit me like a glove, too. These shoes. Oh. It's as though they were made for me. Olive Kieferberg needs to hear about this. She's so cool. From now on, it's Miss Elise to you. Oh my god! I'm done with this thankless struggle. No more being bossed around. No more. A careless life where I'm in charge is much more fitting to me, right? Every year, no matter by whom or how many times I was adorned. The poverty never ended. Like a rose who couldn't bloom on her own, I was overshadowed. I'm sure they're the lyrics, but I'm not gonna be singing them. Oh, Ruby Red who guides my dreams, won't you let me be selfish for once? Make everyone look at me, even if just once, let me shine brighter than anyone else. Hey, look at me more, more! Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me! Hey, look at me. Goodness gracious. She fall over. On your feet, Elise. Explain yourself. What is there to explain, Father? Could you not hear yourself, lass? Parading into St. Walpurga's place of worship, howling and shouting like a... Please, old Jurchin. Words of egotism, vanity, disdain for your fellow folk. I've always known you were wicked, you arrogant lassie. Why you? A witch of old Holly's kin. Oh, listen here, you old wretch. I've heard enough. Old Jurchin has overstepped his boundaries. I ask that you pardon him. Yet his concerns weigh heavy, Elise. Oh, I wasn't aware singing and dancing was forbidden now, Father. Your singing was riddled with sin, lass. Vanity and lust go hand in hand with greed, What does any of this have to do with sin, Father? This old geezer just accused me and my grandmother of witchery, yet... Enough, Elise. Compose yourself and come inside. Your temperament is a sin in and of itself. Okay. I guess I'll repent for something I didn't do if it makes you happy. Yet there's something I'd like to make clear to you all. You've stood witness to this foolery. You've all heard old Jurchin accuse me of witchery. That's enough, Elise. You asked me to pardon him yourself, Father, and I will. Yet I demand you folks understand this once and for all. I am not a mere maid of all work. I am one of you. And I demand right here, right now, that you start treating me as such. Very well, Elise, you've made yourself heard. I don't know why his portrait didn't load up right. What? Huh? Without a shadow of a doubt, lass. At last, he's made his move. Who are you? An old acquaintance of yours, lass. What? You're favored by him, Elise, frightfully so. Oh, the little butterfly with wings on its eyes. Eyes on its wings? Whichever. You're clad in his will from head to toe, inside out. And those shoes. My shoes? Those very shoes, Elise, are a testament of his gift to you. Those very shoes, Elise, belong to Testament from Guilty Gear. Who is he? Listen carefully now, my beautiful lass. Get away from me. Yours is his heritage, his flesh, his ardor. Don't you understand, Elise? How do you know my name? His blessings, his will. He himself is writing in your veins, lass. What do you want from me, you old hag? You must listen carefully now, my beloved. Do as I say, and he will make all your wishes come true. My wishes, you say? Why yes, opulence, splendor, fortune. Your deepest desire is unlike any other, Elise. I don't understand. You do, Elise. Tell me, what is it you most desire? Me? Speak it, Elise. What I most desire, that's fortune. Fortunate you are, Elise. Deep in this woodland, there is a patron saint, whose blissful word bestows a blessing upon the faithful. Word, blissful word. All that's requested in return are 3 gifts, made from the testaments to one's desire. Reach his dwelling, with all of these in hand, and your wish shall be granted. Ooh, carrier of light, your basket is to hold all that is sacred. Eesh. The tender flesh of earthly desire. The sweetest nectar to be drunk in earnest. You are to arrive in good company, the object of your affections. You are to reach the gates of his dwelling, carrying all 3 gifts. Voice your innermost desire, surrender yourself wholly to his grace. And fortune you shall attain, for such is his blessing and such is your desire. Elise! Elise, are you listening? Huh? Where did she go?
Elise.
Oh, are you alright, Elise? Where did that old hag go?
Elise.
Elise! What's the matter with you?
Leb-kun.
Oh, I'm sorry, Leb. It's best we let her rest a while. We can sit with you, Elise. Oh, it's best we give her some space, Jacob. I'm alright. I felt a little dizzy is all. I can bring you some water, Elise. As for me, I'll be in church waiting to have a word with you. Don't you start, Leb. Oh, I've already started. My, now you've done it, Elise. For goodness sake. I do remember on the next day to check the time, just to see what it's... Not that it's, like, necessarily important, but... If this is morning, I think... Yeah, this is morning, so I guess sunrise maybe, or dawn, but... Well, still no suspicion, even though the old man was a hater to me right to my face. So let me take a quick look-see. So I've got a task. I might be able to look around and see if I can plan a date, but for now, before I handle any dialogue or anything, I'm gonna save it up. So we can wrap it up for the day. Oh, it's still a couple minutes early. I keep forgetting the computer timer is... a little fast. I like to round it out to the full 3 hours. So let me run all the way, take a few minutes to run back home and see if before I like pass any time, if I could plan a date with Rose and Marine. Whoops. And then if I can, then I'll run back. What an interesting, what a frickin' game. Yeah, I'm a little like... I guess it kind of depends on how the story beats progress, because I do think, like... I'm not the world's biggest fan of, you know, like, all the societal issues that can arise from, like, Christian devoutness, but I also don't exactly want to, accidentally play myself to, like, a bad ending that involves, like, really playing into the hands of some, like, horrible demon or something, so... I don't know that I want to try super hard to pursue Leb, but I don't necessarily want to, like, neglect her either. We'll see. Anyway. Ah, Elise, I thought you'd be in town. And I was. Did something happen, Elise? The old fools made a tremendous fuss over my shoes. A fuss? What do you mean? They accused me of being a witch right in front of everyone. All because I sang and danced my way to Kieferberg. Oh, I'll show them how wicked I can be. Elise. I'm losing my wits in this town, Rosemarine. There was that old hag, too, and I can't wrap my head around it, Rosemarine. I truly can't. An old hag? I'll tell you about it later. I'd best head back to work. Say, Elise, won't you meet me here at dusk? I can try, I suppose. I'll make you something hearty for supper, Elise. Some eggs. All the eggs you can get me. Sweet, sweet. Oh, meet her in the attic at dusk. Okay. We'll run back to town and then we'll be done for the day. Oh, what a wonderful first impression. I'm so glad to have, like, I mean, everything that I loved about Pocket Mirror and everything that made me glad to have played it on its own merits, and then combined with, like, that excellent impression making me more interested in looking into this and deciding to play it. Anyway. Thank you everybody for being here. what a fun time. Coming up on Monday, we're continuing with The Legend of Spyro. What an experience that's being. I should check how long that game is by then, so I can know if I should plan for a long stream. Because we've collected all 4 of the element breaths now, but I don't know for sure. I think there's like 2 levels left, so it might be the end of the first one. Although we'll be playing the whole trilogy. Either way, Legend of Spyro on Monday, more Little Goody Two Shoes on Friday. Looking forward to playing more of this. I would like... If I was playing this on my own time, it would be hard to pull me out of it. So I guess that's another upside of doing it on stream, in addition to helping other people learn about it, is limiting myself to not just breezing through it. Anyway, I hope that all of you have a good rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me. Bye-bye.